Bukayo
He's
Saka
back. He's
running
back.
down the wing. Saka. Yeah, he has no saying. Saka.
Ah,
Oh my God. Bro.
but how unfortunate of a club can Arsenal be? The day Saka is coming back, we are losing Gabriel. Ha!
Nah, man. So, this game was a roller coaster of emotions. I don't
Oh
think
my God.
I can't remember last I processed this many emotions within 90 minutes. Because, bro, from that point that Timber went down, I'm already like, okay,
Gabriel
what?
went down. I was like, whew. Simba, I was like, is it going to be that? Is it going to be one of those games? But that
Bro,
boy
I don't.
at least gave us something to celebrate about. I'm so happy
Yeah,
Saka is back.
yes.
So,
If there's anything worth talking about is the introduction of Saka, like how we have a chance with
hmm
Saka back. Though I know that now the absence of Gabriel and the potential absence of Timber as well is another huge problem, right?
yeah.
But today we were able to salvage 3 points because Saka got back.
The importance of the
Honestly,
second goal cannot be overemphasized because
bro,
it relieves you a lot of pressure. Imagine us looking for a winner after 94th minute.
it won't happen. It will not happen. No, no. But look at the totality of the game, right? Those two moments we had, right? First, the one it was almost like a lucky moment we had where
Mm-hmm.
the cutback got to
Merino.
Nwaneri. Nwaneri was able to
Yeah.
bring it to Merino. Merino just did what he could do. Bubble the
Mm-hmm.
ball in, deflection, he got in.
Mm-hmm.
But at that point, in your mind, in my mind, I knew if we conceded, we will not win the game. We were not playing like we had the control enough to win the game.
Even before, even before we had those chances, do you know how many times we were cut off on the attack with
Yeah.
their guys? If they were serious, they would have been ahead of us like earlier in the game.
Well, see the
Than
clearance
us.
that Luis Kelly had. That Smith-Rowe could have just walked into it and scored
Easy,
it.
easy,
So I'm
easy.
like, from the first 20 minutes of the game, I say, what is this the team that wants to play Real Madrid?
I'm not even looking that far. I think the game of Real Madrid, the way I see it, is just an opportunity for us to test how far we are with the elite, with the standard. You know, domestically, we looked at Man City and it took us, let's say within 1 to 3 years for us to like measure up against them, catch up to them and say, oh, we have beaten them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's just going to be another opportunity. For how many years now we're in the quarterfinals of the Champions League back to back. You
It's been
understand?
a
So
while since that
that's
happened.
so that's like a step. So it's not as if like we have like a sense of entitlement to where we are. It's still show of our progress. So it's
Yeah.
another opportunity for us to. But
I think
anything
I,
can happen. It's
I think that's the
football.
most
Anything can happen. That's
that's the
why
most
I'm
sensible way
excited
for
about the game.
that's the most sensible way for any Arsenal fan to look at the situation we're in
Yeah.
right now in the Champions League. Like
hmm
a lot of people saying what are our chances 60-40. Let's take all of that to one side and
hmm
acknowledge the fact that we are where we are today as a result of progress. And that progress right now has put us in a place where I feel we have a chance coming next season. Right?
Yeah.
The progress we've made so far, like Andre Beta coming in, is a huge statement.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The
And
the, the
it's showing that we are going to the next phase, like next level. Where we were before, we were happy to be there at some point. Then it got to a stage, or it got to a point where we were like, we need to now move on from this point, and that's
yeah.
where we are right now. And so far so good. It's just exciting times because next season's Champions League now you would not be like celebrating quarterfinal or second round again. You would like, yeah, I'm supposed to be here, but that is how we've
Yeah,
now
yeah. That's the
we've
that's
now
the essence
changed.
of the progression. Like bringing us back to where we belong. That was
Yeah,
part of the fundamental
yeah,
promise that
yeah,
Arteta made to the club, and we
yes.
are seeing it now. It's just unfortunate that at this point we look at our squad and we just shake our heads that we really don't stand a chance. You made a statement while we are watching the game that see the bench that Fulham has.
Yes, now. See the options that they have. Obviously, for their caliber, for their level, for where they are at the moment,
Yeah.
it's a good bench.
No,
That's a
no, no,
solid bench
absolutely good.
compared to
Honestly, player
ours.
for player, let's look at it. They had
Yeah,
a chance to bring in Iwobi. They brought in Pereira. They brought in Muniz. A striker for striker, and the
yeah,
other striker came and dropped a
yeah.
goal.
Look, they took off Smith Rowe that was ineffective in the game. They brought in an Iwobi. They took off, they brought in guys like Pereira, like Williams. We're not saying like these are like fantastic like options, yeah, but these are like attacking options that they could look like, oh, if one is not working, they'll look onto the others. We are looking at our situation sometimes. We look at Odegaard and how he was like below par again in
Again,
this game,
yeah.
but if we are taking Odegaard off, who are we bringing on? We don't have that option.
Absolutely not. And I feel the slump he's in, honestly speaking, in as much as a lot of fans will say, oh, captain, what's going on? There's been a lot on him in the past 2, 3 seasons.
Yeah, I
And I
also
know,
feel.
yes, if you want to be world class, you have to stand up to it. But we are not even at that point where we can rest on one player alone. Like, see what happened to us, right, when we lost him initially in the season
Mm-hmm.
and how we had to get him back in. And it felt like we rushed him back in.
Mm-hmm.
Though he hit the ground running, but at some point you can tell that this guy is not back in the paces. Then
Absolutely.
the distortion again, where Saka is off the team,
Mm-hmm.
that lack of chemistry. So there are
Mm-hmm.
so many limited options we have. Even the fact that you look at the whole team, that we are proficient on the right hand side, and that right hand side this season has been very unstable.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at what he's doing so far, one wonderful thing I just observed about Odegaard is a technician just outside the 18-yard box.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
inside the 18-yard box.
So there was something else about this Odegaard slump. I think tactically, like when we say, oh, like for Martinelli, the tactics of the game is not really like capitalizing on his strengths.
Mm-hmm.
Odegaard is also a player that would see any runner and put the ball on the runner's foot. He sees the space that you're running into, he puts the ball there. So give him runners. That was, again, let's not forget why our right hand side was so effective with Ben White, Saka, and Odegaard. By the time Ben White is overlapping, which again we saw some of it today when Timber was overlapping. So we have seen that with overlapping runs, with people running into space, cutting backs and all like that, these guys' passes are more threatening rather than the slow build up that we need, movement in close spaces, then it will just go back to sideways passes.
Hmm.
So again, I feel by the time we have less all things being equal, if there was Saka on form, Ben White on form, or Timber on form, Kai on form, or all those things, Odegaard would not be short of options in terms of like this is the only sideways, all those kind of like short passes. He would see runners, he would see overlapping runs. So that's why I always wonder, like, why are we only overlapping on the right? Why are we
Hmm.
not making use of, again, Martinelli's one-on-one chances?
Yeah.
If you have somebody that is overlapping behind Martinelli, you take away one defender, he has more space to operate, which we know that Martinelli will now cut in on the right and those kind but we don't see all those overlapping runs. So I still feel tactically we are holding back some of our players' strengths, like Odegaard.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that at all. At all. And even the international break exposed some of this as well. Watching
Mm-hmm.
Odegaard play for the national team, having
Mm-hmm.
3 assists,
Mm-hmm.
he's not bereft of the ability to
To
deliver.
find you, yes.
Yeah, so we just need more attacking options that will
God,
give us that variety.
if we have a front three of Saka, I'm just wishful thinking now. Saka, Nico Williams, or an Isak or Guy Corres or something, which are runners. Odegaard is going to bang in assists.
Yeah,
You remember that season where he had like goals and assists? He had like
yeah.
15 goals and maybe like 12 or 11
That was
assists.
2 seasons ago.
You
Yeah,
know, and so if you see how we were playing fast football, blitzing football that, the attack is mobile. Gabriel Jesus, Martinelli, and Saka. It was so mobile that this guy will find those passes. So I still feel that's one of the things that we have to consider going into next season, because this season, let's just salvage whatever we can salvage from wherever we can salvage it.
we
So the
honestly
game ends.
we don't have a choice right now. We just need to see the season out at least in top four. Do
Yeah.
what we can in Champions League at least to give a fair
Mm-hmm.
record of ourselves that okay, we are here and we didn't just
Mm-hmm.
go down
Mm-hmm.
without a blow, right? But honestly, the statement about the tactical system going on at the club, right, begs to reckon that Arteta has actually put the handbrakes on some type of players that we have. Because today there was something I observed in the first half, especially our centre backs actually see more of the ball than our midfielders.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, nobody normally Odegaard will come back and pick up the ball and actually now drive
Mm-hmm.
into space, but he wasn't coming back in, and
Mm-hmm.
we're just having those run passes. Then I also observed that because of that disconnect, the runs that Martinelli was actually positioning himself to make,
Nobody saw it.
nobody was seeing him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, maybe it is Marco Silva that actually has seen this our system and defended well, because honestly, they had a very good defensive structure,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which was hard to break down.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, now you look at the fact that we need ball carriers in our midfield. The only
So,
ball carrier I'm seeing us depend on really is Rice.
and that's not really one of his biggest strengths.
Yes, that's not where we actually see him do his best work.
Hmm.
Right? In as much as we know he has the
He's
potential
doing
for
well. He's a
crashing,
workhorse. He can do everything.
he has the legs,
Just a
but
complete midfielder.
yeah, so all of this, I am hopeful that better where he was, he's seeing this.
They have to. They have to.
He's seeing this, and the
He's a
statement that I'm hearing
seasoned
from
sporting director. So he's
yeah,
not I don't know what we are going to do. He's coming with ideas that have worked. And
yeah,
he's coming to apply them.
and I'm even happy with the fact that someone with more experience, like take nothing away from what Edu did, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Edu is
I agree.
fantastic. He's a
Yeah.
brilliant guy.
Yeah.
But that relationship between Edu and Arteta was like, okay, two ambitious young men,
Juveniles.
trying to make a difference, two friends as well
Yeah.
that are,
Mm-hmm.
reasoning from maybe the same side of the room.
Mm-hmm.
But someone like Andre Berta now is coming in with wealth of experience that I feel he will be able to lay claim to some demand and also
And
shift some
connections.
perspectives.
And connections in
Yes.
the footballing world. That's something experience brings. That no matter how good you are with your ideas, with your opportunities, with who you are working with, if you don't have the experience and the connections in the footballing world, a job like a sporting director is very, very difficult, because
Yeah.
you're talking about negotiations, you're talking about like scouting systems that is going to like depend on so much of time, years, and trust. You're talking about like experience of negotiations, because I've negotiated with this agent or this club in the past, and it has benefited both sides. I have
Mhm.
upper hand. Those type of experiences is very key for where we are as a club right now, and it
Exactly.
differentiates a sporting director of like Edu's caliber to Andre Betta's caliber.
Yeah, I
So,
remember you,
yes.
you 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 brought it up now when we're talking about a new sporting director, and you're like,
Mhm.
you want somebody that has
Experience.
the
When,
experience
when I
in the
was hearing all
industry.
this Rosiski, I was like, please,
It
no,
felt like sentimental, all those
no, no, I
sentimental
don't want. I don't
nominations.
want.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
very happy with this guy, and bruh, is it has gotten to a point where we must deliver. It's not we must deliver, even if it is Carabao Cup at this point. That we should, like, in the middle of the season, you already have this cup in a line while you're chasing other cups and stuff like that, and you're in this semi-final, you're in this quarter-final, you're in this final. Though that is where we are supposed to be right now.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. And
it's almost like delivering on the spot.
the
Nah,
statement from Mateta shows the intent clearly, right? He says we are going to have a big summer. In as much as I wouldn't want to say that we've had similar things before, but this statement and the presence of the new sporting director, there's going to be major activity.
the need is obvious.
Yeah.
The need is obvious. To be honest, I was looking at defensively. I think defensively, Ateta has built our defense well. If we lose a player, in as much as we know that is the first choice, but we know that the second choice is not a complete, utter failure.
In the person of Kyrgios.
In the person of Kyrgios, even if you look at our left back, when Calafiori got injured,
Yeah.
no, when we heard of Calafiori's injury, we were like, oh, the guy has injured again. But we're not scared because we're like, we have
Yeah,
Miles.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure,
Even
sure,
if
sure.
Miles was not there, we'll be like, we have, at least we have Zinchenko.
Tierney is
Or
there
we
too.
have Tierney. You understand? So so even like for right back as well. Now that we're thinking like Timber is doubtful. Hopefully Ben White will be back. That confidence in our replacement, but we don't have any replacement. We don't have that confidence in the centre back's replacement. After Kibio, if anything happens to any centre back right now, we're talking of Ben White or Timber playing centre back.
Yeah.
Then Pate right back issue all over again. You know, understand? So again, I still feel that you would not. I was thinking about it here. Yeah, we need attacking recruitment in the summer,
Mm-hmm.
but defensively, we also need some. We also need one or two.
Oh, so I feel defensively, right? For any purchase to be made in the defense, we have to actually make a sale. And
Yeah,
who I'm looking at right now that is potentially going to leave, potentially, which is on a high chance that he's going to actually leave the club, is Tierney.
yeah. No,
Tierney,
Tierney is gone.
Tierney
Tierney
is
is gone.
going.
Tierney,
Zinchenko too is on
Tierney
the.
will go for free. So we're not even making any profit from Tierney, but we might have the spot. Zinchenko might go for a little amount.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's already two.
So if those two guys are going to leave, we definitely need replacement.
Because we need a second option of centre back pairing, like William Saliba and Gabriel, option one.
First
We need
options.
Kiwior and somebody as option two pairing. If we're not stepping up from Kiwior, then because on the right back as well, we have option one, option two. On the left back, we have option one, option two.
Yeah.
So me, I still feel like centre back, we just need all those ones. So my I won't lie, my choice, my guy I was looking at was funny enough, Calvin Bassey.
Yeah, no. Calvin Bassey definitely is a
Because he can
strong
play
shout.
centre back, he can play left. He's tactically trained. But obviously,
Yeah.
because he's Nigerian, so I'm biased. But he has good vibes, you know.
Yeah, so
He's one of them Snapchat guys.
I don't know if Ateta would like that, but I wouldn't even bother myself too much about thinking of the players they will bring in because so far so good. I think one of Ateta's best decisions have been coming in the defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like bringing. I won't say Calafri is a failure at all.
Mm-hmm.
Tomiyasu definitely not a failure.
I
Unfortunate that
forgot
he has
that
been dealt
guy,
with.
man. I
We
forgot
still
that
have
guy.
we still have Tommy.
I
So
forgot
that
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 guy,
was
you
that
know.
was that was supposed to be it was supposed to be a Tomiyasu Kivio as
Yeah,
option two,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And he's still an option for right back or left back. So
Mm-hmm.
remember, he is part of that equation. It's just that
True,
availability is his problem.
true, true.
So as far as their selection is concerned for defense, I feel no problem. Rest assured, Ateta will definitely, bring in someone that can do the job. But you see this attack, I've not seen it. Arteta has not shown me. Like, if it were to Arteta alone, I don't have confidence in him in terms of the striker he will bring in. Do you get?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he hasn't brought in any striker that would be like, oh wow. The only,
He
he
hasn't brought in
hasn't.
any striker.
No.
He
The strike.
hasn't.
No. So categorically, Gabriel Jesus is a striker.
Oh, okay. I
But
forgot
that's
about that.
still, that's still. If you look at, so there was something that happened on one of the channels, EFTV, right, where they were talking about Forever Arsenal, where they were talking about the Emirates era strikers, top 5 strikers of Emirates era. Bro, Gabriel Jesus is not even in top 8.
Nah, we've had strikers that are better than what we have right now.
So I'm like, he hasn't given us a player in the front line that will say, no, this is a baller. This is a baller that is available, fit, and performing. In midfield, the only person I would say, Arteta, okay, you spend that money and you did well, is Declan Rice.
Yeah.
And I feel right now, with someone like Beta coming in, the signings we need to make right now are not just the obvious ones like the Isaks. Because Newcastle is going to stand to gain so much by pushing out.
I don't even feel we're going to get Isak.
Yeah, so
only if Newcastle don't make Champions League.
Even if they don't make Champions League, bro, the price tag on Isak is...
No, but I think he has said it that he wants to play Champions League, and I think it was in his previous clause. So, but all I'm talking about is that he might not be 150, it might be 100. He's still going to be an expensive signing, regardless. Even if they don't make Champions League, it's still going to be an expensive signing. But you see, my own is that if we are, I was telling you during the game, if we are serious, we need more than one striker.
Yeah.
If we are serious, it's not just that we're saying that is it Sesko or Isak, or is it Isak or Gyökeres? It should be it should be 2 of the 3. If we are being serious, bro, you want to send fear. You want to make sure that you are not in the situation where you have. If you are bringing in 2 of those 3, you know that Gabi Jesus is gone, or you don't consider him in your striker position anymore.
You put him
even
on
if he's available, he's going to throw to the wings.
Yeah.
You understand? So in that constitution, I'm telling you, that is how you know that, okay, on the left wing, if you are bringing one person, let's say Nico Williams, you have Gabi Jesus, you have Martinelli. On the right, you can say you have Saka, Ethan, Trossard, or if Trossard leaves, somebody else. Do you understand? Or maybe Gabi Jesus there. Because
the thing about profile of striker right now is you can't bring 2. I don't think the club will bring in 2 like for like kind of strikers. So if you're looking at the options we have, like a Sesko is that option, right? But he is most likely just going to be a center forward option. So I'm sure we'll go for a definite striker, right?
Yeah.
That's the main number 9. And somebody that can be a utility attacker, like a Cunha, that can be a utility attacker in the sense that he can actually play your attacking mid, he can play left, and he can play centrally. Because we still have somebody called Kai Havertz in the team. So, and you don't want him back in the midfield. We don't need that right now.
So this utility player that you mentioned, is that not the utility player you have in Kai as at now?
No. He's not he's not a utility attacker.
Bro,
no, look at it now.
When Odegaard got injured,
yes,
who played 10 or attacking midfield?
We were trying with Trossard now. It's not Trossard.
And Kai, that they were swapping.
So yeah, they were swapping, but if you look at and remember those games, the most you've seen as far as number 10 effort is concerned, it was definitely Leo now. So
if you even pass out on Leo, I'm serious. Leo is the last option. Is the last option of a valuable person that we can get. Because if you don't cash out on Leo now, nothing. We cannot make more. We cannot make money from that guy.
Yeah.
So So for me, it's unfortunate that Gabi Jesus is injured. We won't be able to sell him because I would have said Sherry Gabi Jesus and Trossard in my attack. Then we need to refresh from them.
Yeah, nah,
We
definitely.
need to refresh from them, but
Definitely. But you see those options that you just mentioned now, one of them that I'm not too very sure of based on everybody saying, Nico Williams, Nico Williams, Nico Williams. It's a huge gamble.
in what sense?
You're taking this guy away from the part of the world that he has never really left in terms of his football playing.
Mm-hmm.
You're bringing him to English football that would test him beyond his metal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so far so good. I don't think he has had a great season as much as people like to say he's all that.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I
So
agree.
he's still
No,
much of a gamble.
he's
Like
not the best option for me. He's not a make or break
yeah,
on Nico Williams. There are still some options out there that can give us like good numbers. If we're talking about the same profile like Cunha, right?
mm-hmm.
It might be difficult for Leipzig to lose both of them, but Openda is also a player that fits
Yeah,
that profile.
yeah,
It will be difficult for Leipzig to sell Openda and Sesko in the same window. But I'm telling you, if I'm going to like, okay, I'm not buying Sesko again, but I still need a player like that. Bro, I'm telling you, there are players out there that can do good numbers for us. So it doesn't have to be like a Nico Williams, but we know for sure that Ateta has been looking for an addition for that left wing so far. You know,
mm-hmm.
I think, and I think we've gotten the best out of Trossard. Martinelli is still showing potentials, but he needs a very, very strict competition to get the best out of him.
I agree. I'm just feeling like better is the guy to have right now to be rest assured that they will be good
Absolutely, absolutely.
summer.
Good times.
Yeah, but as far as the whole team is concerned, though, this performance today was not as exciting. It's not.
Just let us grab the win and let us
Yeah,
go on.
we're just about the win right now. But
Just about the win.
in preparation for the games to come, you want to see a performance that will give you confidence going into next games, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I have to say big shout out to some of the attackers today, like Merino. Merino actually put in a shift.
Merino will play around like this and get 10 goals in the Premier
I'm
League. You
I'm
see.
telling you,
Yeah,
low
yeah.
key. He's on 6 goals now, right? So he's putting it in whether you like it or not, and he's delivering.
He's
Yeah,
going with
and
he's going with a ratio of 1 goal in 2 games.
and that's not bad. Like for a
That's not bad.
midfielder. Yeah,
That's
so
not bad at all.
that and Martinelli as well. Martinelli, showed
Oh
up
yeah,
today.
he had a good
Showed
game.
up today. He was beating his man, doing what we expect him to do, take on his man. You get. We need to see that. As far as ratings will go for our attack today, I would say Martinelli and Merino. The only reason I'll give him Merino 8 and Martinelli 7 is because of Merino's goal.
And
And the
and the
contribution,
pre-assist. Yeah,
yeah, to the second goal as well. So
yeah.
definitely an 8. That assist for Martinelli guarantees
Put
him a
him on
7.
an 8. Yeah,
That was a
he had the man
mad
of the
play.
matchup. He had the man of the match
Yeah,
performance.
today he looked like a Brazilian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
then our boy, the up and coming star boy,
Mal.
Ethan.
Oh, Ethan.
Ethan. That's,
Ethan gave an assist now.
yeah, he had
He
an
had a good
assist.
game. He had
Yeah,
not
but
like a fantastic
yeah,
game.
well, not the best of his games, but he had his impact. You get,
Yeah,
and that's the tell sign of a good player, right?
yeah,
Like you
yeah.
might not be on your A game, you might not
Mm-hmm.
have those spectacular
And he
moments,
almost
but
scored as well. He had a
yes, he
good
had
shot.
that shot.
Yeah,
That is,
yeah.
yeah. So I'll give that to him. Like I'll say a 6, right? Um,
6. Uh,
I can't give him 7.
he assisted now.
But
Okay, 6.
overall gameplay, 6 is not bad. It's well
Yeah.
above average. Because honestly speaking, the whole game was not as tasteful.
Everybody else will chop 6. Maybe Saliba, bruh. Everybody else will be on that six rate.
Yeah, so in the midfield like this,
Man, but Dex tried though. Dex was.
Dex is the 7 in the
I'm
midfield.
telling you, Dex
Dex
is
is
an
7,
engine.
Partey 6,
That is.
Odegaard 5.
The guy was naughty today.
No,
The
not
guy was
today.
naughty
Like,
today.
I'm not even faulting him for his passes or anything. Though some moments he has all those underhit passes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But those shots, he does not fail at hitting the target of a body. He must hit somebody with
Must
his
hit
shot.
somebody. Even if he
Why?
gets free kick, it will hit somebody.
Why? Like, what's going on? In practice, don't they see what he's doing? Like, I don't get it. All the chances he had on goal, yeah, it was just nothing to write home about. So, the defense, Timber tried.
Yeah, Timber.
Yeah, I'll give Timber I'll
I'll
give
give,
him a.
I'll give him a 7.
Yeah, I'll give him a 7. I'll give him a
Yeah.
7 because he contributed to the first goal,
Yeah, and
which was very
he
crucial.
was the one that was initiating attack with the
Yeah,
run.
he put himself on the line. He did
Yeah.
so much. Saliba too. I'll say Saliba is 7.
Mm-hmm.
Saliba did a good job with Emine because Emine is not an easy guy to hold
Yeah.
on. Then Gabriel,
Wow.
unfortunately, we can't really say much because he didn't play full game, right?
Yeah.
So I'll just give him a standard 5. Kivio that came in his place that had more time in the game, I would actually give Kivio a 6.
Yeah, he was caught slacking in some moments.
Though, yeah, he had that moment where
yeah.
Traore nicked the ball off him. I'm like, hey!
Then that header that Muniz missed, he was just ball watching. He could have just
because
gone to attack Muniz.
when I saw him running back and leaving Muniz, I'm like, okay, I
was
trying to cover space
are
in
we
the post.
already giving up the guy to go and cover goal line? It's not as if the guy has beaten you yet now.
The gap between Kivio and Gabriel is too much.
It's a lot.
I'm not comfortable with that gap. Like, even the gap between Calafiori and Gabriel, as far as that left centre back is concerned, is major.
Mm-hmm.
It's major. And that's basically a testament to how much of a solid player Gabriel is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Then on the left, our boy, Lewis Kelly. I'll say a 6.
Okay.
But I'm tempted to give him a 5.
Are you serious? I was even thinking you're going to give him a 7.
No, I'll give him a 6. It was one of the major reasons why I would say it was his fault per se. It was towards the end of the game, tired legs obviously. Yeah. But Sessegnon had one on him then.
True. Yeah, that's
he committed.
Move forward and run back, just beat him
he
well.
Committed and he couldn't recover.
True.
And that was where we lost him, and that's where that guy had a lot of space. But altogether, no, he didn't have a bad game. So I'll actually give him a 6.
Yeah.
I'll actually give him a 6. Because if I can give Kivio a 6, I know. He still shows his maturity, his decision making is still solid, very confident and comfortable on the ball. So
he won I think he won most of the fouls for us. Like he won 7 fouls in one game.
That's a show of strength. Like he's very strong on the ball, right? For you to get him off the ball, you probably would have to knock him harder. Yeah. So who else came in again?
Starboy.
Eh? Starboy. I thought I rated him already at the beginning of this whole discussion.
Starboy.
No, Starboy, definitely. Wait, are you sure I did not rate Starboy?
You did not rate Starboy. You did not rate Starboy.
Honorarium 10 over 10. He didn't do anything wrong, in my opinion. Because he actually won us the game.
Just for coming back.
He won us the game.
Yeah.
So there's not much you can do to beat that. That is the thing. You get. And the excitement back in the stadium.
Yeah.
All of the fans, the reaction from the fans.
I was so happy to
Yeah. No. He's incredibly loved by the fans. So.
Yeah.
I don't know who would have anything against such a kind of lad.
You can't even hate him. You can't even hate Saka.
Yeah. But well, Arteta, I would say if you're going to rate Arteta in this game, we'll give Arteta a 7.
5. What did he do?
He brought on Bukayo.
He put us. Don't bring him on before.
Okay. I actually see reason with that 5. So
he put us in this situation.
Because one thing I would also say is he didn't need to have kept Timber on that field
for that long. Yeah.
For that long. Like after coming in, second half, seeing him play the way he was playing,
Bring
he
on
needed to.
Trossard earlier now, so that they'll do
So
that
that
reshuffle.
decision making again,
Yeah.
wasn't so good. Wasn't so good. But altogether, I think Saka did the favor of
Yeah.
giving him
And this is why
the 3 points.
we, even though we might not have like the full attack in shape, but we cannot rely on one goal leads anymore, especially in the league where we are right now. We need to keep
Remember,
it. We need to go for
two
the
seasons
second goal.
ago, even 2 goal lead was not secure.
Yeah.
We drew two or
We
three games.
drew yes now.
The game with West Ham.
West Ham, okay, Villa, we didn't even score. There was it not Southampton or something
Yeah, even
yeah.
this season, Aston Villa, we had 2 goals, 2-0, and they came back.
Yeah.
So it's not. It's just
So there's no point to just stay back, especially now that our defense is not perfect anymore. So we need to just keep pushing, just keep pushing, man. It's going to be difficult running to the end of the season, but it's a
Well,
situation where we
is there a
find
part of
ourselves.
you? Is there a part of you that is still hoping
9
that
points.
something?
I'm just saying that the gap should just reduce to a more respectable difference.
Yeah,
I don't feel
like
Liverpool
6 or 4,
deserve.
7.
I don't feel they deserve to win the league with that
Much
much
gap.
difference. The difference in 1 and 2 is not that much.
Yeah.
It's not that much. So I just feel. So I'm not really hoping. I don't think we also deserve to win anyway. But it's just I just want a more respectful difference.
Well, we would find out. We have a couple of games left.
Yeah,
Uh,
games
it's
is there
just
now. Games is
it's
there
just
now.
next month. Happy New Month, by the way.
Happy,
Happy New
wonderful,
Month,
wonderful,
everyone. Happy
wonderful
New
way to
Month.
enter the month.
Yeah, so win, new month, fresh win, good start. Everybody watching, thank you for watching. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel to get more content from our own point of view. It's been
Absolutely.
amazing. So far, so good on YouTube. The initiative to get on here and record, in as much as maybe we've not been as consistent, but the fact that we, got it started, putting our conversations out there for those of you that now follow and subscribe, I really do appreciate. And it's great connecting with you all. Thank you, my man, James.
My man.